I'm not proud of this, you know? So, to give a little bit of context on why I was so down bad for a graphics card, I have to tell you about some of the stuff that led up to this moment and about the atrocity that I just fucking committed. It all started in the summer of 2016 with my first job, if you can even call it that, really. So there I was, ripe old age of 16, working a summer job at a sketchy place. I was saving up money for a new graphics card and a processor, because, you know I fucking ball like that. Anyways, after a little bit of time saving up every cent that I got from this job, I ended up actually buying this processor or graphics card I wanted. And the graphics card in question was the recently released GTX 1070. And now, me thinking I'm on top of the world, I think that I can run any game that's ever gonna fucking come out forever. And, no, that was not the case at all. You see, there was one thing that I never really took into account as a 16-year-old working this sketchy job for a somewhat mid-tier GPU, even at the time of the launch. And that was time. That's the bane of everyone's existence. Time was out of my little smooth gamer brain the whole time. You see, I was expecting this card to carry me through my little gamer life for a long time, and granted, it did. Until the incident. There was a handful of games that were releasing or soon to be released and announced that I just couldn't fully enjoy because the textures were made by a child discovering their hands for the first time. So I finally decided after 4 to 5 years of taking all of this shit and just dealing with it, I decided to take the plunge and try to grab a new graphics card. Everything else in my system has been upgraded over the years, so why can't my GPU get the same treatment? How hard can that really be, right? Right? So, after months of treating myself to the finer things in life, I decided that today is the day that I'm going to get a new graphics card. I am determined. And apparently my little monkey brain completely forgot about that we're currently in a shortage of graphics cards. Yeah, so turns out at the time of making this video and writing this script, there is currently a silicon shortage. Crypto miners are buying up all the graphics cards and just absolutely destroying them in their mines. And scalpers are upcharging graphics cards. So, you know, we're truly living large today. I mean, I just took this image I captured while I was making this fucking script. Granted, you know, some of the prices are actually not as bad. But personally, I wouldn't pay $430 for my 5-year-old graphics card that was $500 when I bought it 5 years ago. You got me fucked up, dude. That's some bullshit. So I turned to the only option that, you know, I thought was actually worth it. With the release of the 30 series cards from NVIDIA happening quite recently, actually. Jeez. I decided that those graphics cards are my ticket to godhood. And so my search began. Oh, God. The horror, dude. Fucking, please, God, just make it stop, dude. I don't want to see this anymore. Yep. Fucking scalpers are flooding the market as of right now. This is what I'm talking about, dude. It's bad, like really bad. For context, the cards that I just showed you guys, those cards are originally priced in order $400, $500, and $700 respectively. And you see the price that they're currently at. Like, if that's such a fucking upcharge, dude. It's insane. Just because they can. Just because they have access to it. They essentially hold the market in their hands. That's how bad this scalping shit is. And it pisses me off so fucking much, dude. Honestly, but that's a different topic for a whole nother video. So, the 30 series cards are just out of the question. Okay? But what about the 20 series? Okay? You know, they're a little dated, you know, by elitist standards, but I'm not an elitist, so I don't care, dude. I'll buy a toaster if it runs faster than my 1070. Now for the actual meat and potatoes of this video. How I managed to get my epic haul. So my buddy Vinny, who has been in a handful of my videos, he was a part of a Discord server, or at least he'd known about it, that lets you track whatever 30 series or AMD equivalent card that you want. And whenever one is listed in the Discord and someone sees it, you know, you can jump on the opportunity to potentially be the first one or the first few people to grab one. So I decided initially to track the 3060 Ti and 3070. I didn't have crazy money to spend, and I didn't even want to spend all this crazy money, even if I had the opportunity. So I waited. And waited until I got a Discord notification. It was an official statement from Best Buy stating that there are a select group of Best Buys in the United States that would have new 30 series and AMD equivalent graphics cards stocked tomorrow. So I was really hyped to hear that because I've been wanting a card for a long while, and the 30 series seemed like the perfect balance, essentially. So there were two issues with this, though. The first being that there was no mention of their GPU stock. There was no number given whatsoever. And the second was the nearest Best Buy participating in this restock event, whatever. It was 45 minutes away from me. And here is where my monkey brain kicked in again. I was thinking, oh, it's only insert town name here. Who the fuck is gonna go there? It's that, like, who's gonna go there, honestly? A lot of people did. It was like an Apple of midnight release, or even a Call of Duty midnight release. It was that type shit. I got there at 7 o'clock when the whole event and whatnot, when they're gonna, you know, let people in and whatnot, a certain amount of people. I got there at 7 o'clock. The entrance or giving tickets for whoever gets a card, that was happening at 7:30. And I'm thinking, oh, it's only, you know, this place. Who the fuck's gonna go there? Like I mentioned, a lot of people. There were two people sleeping on cots next to the fucking dumpsters, okay? I chatted up two people before I took my sorry ass to the back of the line. And, you know, I'm like, yo, this line's like fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm surprised that there's so many people here. Like, all walks of life type of shit. And, you know, they're like, yeah, you know, we've been here since 1:30 in the fucking morning. They're 2/3 to the back of the line. And they got there at 1:30. Like, oh my fucking god, dude. It's mind-boggling. That's all I can tell you. It's mind-boggling. Long story short, I didn't get my card. So, as I'm sitting in my car, naked, defeated, and ashamed, I say to myself, you know what? I'm going to try eBay one more time. For context, before I even went there and I was searching for a card, I was looking at places like eBay and Craigslist. Fucking don't judge me about using Craigslist, please. And I wasn't really getting any luck. Okay, there were deals and whatnot there that were slightly, you know, scalped or just whatever. I didn't get any responses on the Craigslist shit. And for eBay, I just wasn't looking hard enough. So I was hoping by some fucking divine intervention type shit that one of them is going to be my savior. So, you know, with whatever luck I had remaining, I'm like, okay, why the hell not, dude? I'll give, you know, eBay another shot, dude. What's the worst that can happen, honestly? So I finally got home. Again, still upset that I drove 45 minutes just to drive 45 minutes back 20 minutes later. I woke up at 6 o'clock for this shit. I was so fucking stupid. Honestly, I thought that my fucking 200 big brain fucking IQ was like, yeah, no one's gonna be here, dude. It's a 30 series graphics card. Of course someone's gonna fucking be there. But got on my PC and I went and browsed eBay. And there it was. And that's how I ended up with my current graphics card. Now, I know what you're thinking. That I magically found a 3060 Ti or 3070 and I stole it in a fucking heartbeat. I stole that shit hard. You're wrong. You're actually wrong. I did, however, during my search for 2080 Super, 3060 Ti, whatever, I did find a 3070 that did pique my interest. And this 2080 Super that I have right now was listed for $835, which the original MSRP is roughly $770. So in hindsight, it's really not a bad markup in comparison to the 3070 that I saw, which was $850 with an original MSRP of $500, which that's fucked. Okay, that should be illegal. That's fucked, dude. So I was weighing my options. Do I want to save money or do I want to be that cool kid with a 3070 in his PC? I don't know. But I spent way too long contemplating this very dilemma. I was asking friends about their opinion on which would be a better deal. I was looking at comparisons, like little benchmark sheets of just the graphics cards alone and stacking it up to my 1070 and replacing the card in my rig between the two to see the comparison between them. Watching benchmark videos. I was doing everything in my power to make sure that the decision that I was going to make was the right decision. And from what I was seeing, the difference between the two cards wasn't even that massive. The video that sticks out to me, there was a section in it with Cold War and 4K max settings. The FPS difference in the campaign that was being shown was a 5 FPS difference. In 4K max settings, yada yada yada. It was a 5 frame difference. So I opted for the 2080 Super. And it's been in my PC for about a week now, and it has been running like a charm ever since. I do want to mention, however, that I was sketched out, okay, of course, because it's a large transaction of money. You know, with after tax and everything, it was like $800 or $917. So I wanted to take no chances. So even when I was searching for a card, I made sure that the seller was offering a 30-day return. I made sure my money was fucking secured. So if I had to return it, it was returned. I took images of the seller's page, the fucking tracking number, everything that I can use to dispute if there is an issue with this card. So I wanted to have all my bases covered. Even when it got here, I took a picture of the box. I took a picture of any fucking little creases or dents that looked like it was human error. Took a picture of the card, shined a light through the card, did a super fucking detailed search like some forensic type shit. And it was flawless. The card was flawless. There was no dust anywhere. I put it in my PC, no problem. Kind of. I have a hard drive bay. That was in the way. It was in the perfect spot for the card not to fit. So my fucking big brain, instead of removing my motherboard because the SATA connectors on the side are jutting out just a little too much where I can't take the hard drive bay out, I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to push the fucking bay towards my front case because it's all hollow there. And they're not held in by screws that like the hard drive bay. It has two things that hold it in general, and where you can screw in your hard drive is just like a plastic stem that I can take in and out at will. So what I fucking did was I just pushed the I pushed the hard drive bay back just so there's just enough clearance, even with the SATA connectors and stuff connected, that this 2080 Super can actually fit. There it should be illegal how tight this is. It should be fucking illegal. Okay? It should be fucking illegal. But in the end, I now have a fully functioning 2080 Super. No issues, no hassle whatsoever, kind of. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This took me quite some time to make, mainly because of the script, and I had to, word it in a way where, I can read it fluently enough, but it still gives me the opportunity to express and whatnot. But, it took quite some time to make, and I hope it turned out all right, and it was enjoyable for you guys to hear about my graphics card dilemma. I do like this story time kind of format because, I have quite a bit of fun stories that I can tell you guys, and it also gives me a lot of creative freedom in terms of the visual aspect, which that's going to be a fucking nightmare because I'm done recording audio, and it's the 28th of July. It's going to be a nightmare. Let's just say that, but it's going to be fun. But, I hope everyone enjoyed, and, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.